Hello guys and welcome back to our Mongolia into Yuan into Mongol Empire campaign. Well, in the first episode I was focused on finishing our mission tree and stacking two very important modifiers. First of them being co-creation cost, which allows me to core any province in less than 10 months, so I can avoid any rebels. And second being war score cost as religions, 45%, as well as province war score cost, 30%. So we also stacked 75% of province war score cost. Now with these two combined, I'm gonna regret it, but I promised you to complete the world conquest before 1600. To achieve that, I have to do a giga world war now versus Europeans, because if I just conquer them one by one, well, they're gonna just create a coalition and join the war against me. For which I'm not prepared, but I am prepared to fight whole Europe at once and take most of the provinces in one war. I think we are really in a good position for that. Just before I declare, I have to prepare a few crucial things. And of course guys, please do remember to leave a subscription on the channel to get notified about all of the future content, because I know that half of you are not subscribing yet. First of all, I'll move my capital code to Constantinople so the envoy travel time won't be as big. So let me just go ahead and state these promises. How much? Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if it is actually worth it. But I'll do it a few times. Yeah, I think that wasn't worth it, but it's fine. Let's move the capital. Mana is not a problem for us. And just make sure to build... yeah, level 2 is still the highest fort you can get. That's why I need to rush it before they start building a level 4 forts. And you know, this is for the envoy travel time, so I can use all of my diplomats at once. And if we speak about envoy travel time, I will also go ahead and make sure to get this monument on a high level, because as you see it gives 33% envoy travel time. Just to achieve that, we need to have Syrian culture accepted. So I'm gonna stop accepting Mongol. Because we are Sino-Altaic now, so let's just stop accepting Mongol. Is it Syrian or Bedouin that we need to have here? Bedouin would be good enough. I'll just state this, and this. Accept Bedouin culture. And now, you can just go ahead. Take a few loans, we can afford it. Starting cruising that. That's already 20% avoid travel time, and starting cruising that to level 2. Tick. And this is already 25% of avoid travel time. We just need one more level. I just probably don't need to have that many provinces stated. So I'm gonna destate this too. We have to minimize our have capacity. And about that, I will just go ahead and make sure I exploit the development wherever it is possible. Besides exploiting, I don't think I could wait, and technically the raising power gain is gonna be of use, but it's not like I really need it, so I'm gonna spend all of my government reform progress on a bit more of gov capacity. So this is gonna drop, this is just increased. I had to increase that besides the fact that we're conquering, but I also want to create more trade companies. So we reorganize our income and trade a bit, because we can do much better than 230. So I want to maximize amount of the traders we're gonna have. So I'm just gonna simply add the trade centers to different trade companies. First of all, to maximize the trade power they're gonna give us, while minimizing the gov capacity impact. Oh, European trade is in China. Yes, because I moved my capital to Europe. This is actually good. I increased the price of my own China ware. That means we have 9 more merchants to reorganize the trade. 320 income by itself as well. Yeah, we just... Actually, my main node moved to Constantinople with this change, which is not good. And we could increase our trade power in Constantinople significantly. Let's try doing so. Now, all of these changes just gave me establishing trade routes, which is additional mercantilism and caravan power. While continental trade is unlocking me a nomadic caravan spirit for the tribes, which is giving us up to 20% caravan power and 5% trade efficiency at max loyalty. So now I'm gonna get pretty much max because their loyalty is 98%. With much better balance, I can go ahead and take another loan and start improving Petra here. I just have to finish it by the end of the war, and the war itself is gonna take a lot of time. So I have to plan the war now to dismantle the HRE. A reminder, if you watched my Theodore video, you know that already very well, but I need to either ally or occupy capitals of all of the electors. I don't think I can ally anyone. Just double checking. As far as I remember, they all hated us. Well, except Saxony. So I have to get to the war with everyone except Saxony. Occupy the capitals, dismantle the HRE, then start piecing everyone out. Since I want to do a world war, I'm gonna make a screenshot of this map. And I use actual map painter to see what nations will join that war. This is the map that I painted with the nations that will fight. There will be actually a few more of them. I think I managed to get Hesse, Switzerland, and a few others as well. So whole Central Europe will be in this war, plus Castile. So left ourselves with, Aragon, France, Venice for the second big war. Let's just go ahead and declare this. Look. Absolutely beautiful. It is just 500,000 troops that will be fighting. Can you hear this? Yes, I'm getting the mood for this giga war. Throat singing. After 9 years of war, I did manage to dismantle the HRE, but it was pure pain. We had to kill 2 million troops, and I didn't like that at all. Based on what I just experienced, I would say that we did a mistake preparing for that war. Should have prepared more manpower, mercs, and I would also have a bit different strategy in playing this war out, because it took us way too much time. It should not take us that much time. So even though I did dismantle the HRE and I took a lot of provinces in this giga war, the amount of time that we wasted for it, it was just unacceptable. So after this, I decided to go back before the war and prepare for it a bit differently. I actually did manage to win that war in the end, but it took me 12 years to piece everyone out, and it was really not a good performance. So I decided to go back to the date when I declared the war, and first of all declare a smaller war, just enough to dismantle the HRE and take some provinces as well, plus make more troops, make some mercs, and just be better prepared to start the war. So let's just go ahead and declare now with these adjustments. There you go. You see this almost 400,000 troops, so pretty much half less than I was fighting at the previous time. Let's just declare it. The map is still pretty tough, but it is much easier. So far so good in the first couple of months. We've killed 122,000 of them, while not losing much in the battles ourselves. I'm mainly losing on attrition, but it is calculated risk to make sure we are seeing on the key forts. While fighting this war, I also need a bit better management this time of the wars and truces, just to make sure the nations like Commander just killed or Aden join the coalition. So my next step is probably to attack one of these guys. This seems to be the biggest battle of this war so far, and it is not so good for us. I think we might have to if they reinforce with more. Okay, they started running away. They could have won that, but look at the losses. Tech 14 on admin allows me to unlock new idea group, which is gonna be for sure exploration. To complete the world conquest, I need to see the new world. So let's just take the first two that allow. Yeah, the first two that will allow me to start exploring. And I do have ships prepared for that already. Update on the kills count, you can see it's 600,000 on their side already, and we keep increasing this, while the amount of the troops it's slightly decreasing. Most importantly, 1557, I can go ahead and dismantle the HRE. And there's plenty of power points. And now it's gonna be just much easier to handle this, because I could just piece out this war directly. But I kind of want to take a few 100% of, maybe even 1,000% of the war score here. Just we have to be prepared for immediate wars just after, before the nations will start during the coalition, so I have to coordinate it really well now. I think I will focus on getting rid of the biggest nation in this war on their side, which is Austria, and I do not need to take everything from them. They're just having too many armies and they're super annoying. So just gonna go ahead and break the alliance with Castile in a couple of years. Gonna go deal with them. So you see right now that the alliance is much weaker. And if we manage to white piece Castile as well, this will be GG. In the meantime, my truce with the Ottomans ended. Even though I'm not prepared, I'll go and attack them already, just so they don't join the coalition. Okay guys, I think this is where I'm gonna finish and start the peace deals from the 1st of July. Before I start piecing out, reduce the war exhaustion to 0, as it's gonna impact our coring, why I'm gonna spend a lot of diplo points now on these peace deals. This is the first one with Bohemia. That's gonna be a bit of AE, that's why I told you I have to go fast. Next one, Zlewikk. This is it. I've took all of these promises in that war, which is 700 of overextension. We'll obviously go ahead and raise all of these provinces now. I have to prepare for... I have to keep declaring wars every month now to make sure as little of these nations will join our coalition. And obviously this is my unrest map mode, but all of these provinces will be cored within the next 9 months, so the rebels will not proceed enough. I actually just noticed that we received one achievement that we could get in this round, so the car only be one. Starting as a step horde, ensure that there exists no other horde on the world. Success. Well, now the next success is gonna be surviving next years without dying to a coalition. Let's start with a map of nations that we can declare. On the truce map mode, you see the green countries are the countries where you have a CB and no truce on. So I could probably start with Sweden. That's also Bremen Oldenburg that we could eat. How about we take, yes, this guy's as a co-belligerent, and Hamburg, Memmingen. Memmingen is of no use. But, yep, that's what I'm gonna declare on. I know I'm missing 80,000 men in my troops, but not all of these troops will be used in the war. So, and I have to declare every month now to make sure as little nations as possible join the coalition. When nations start joining the coalition, this goes the second war. Let me attack Venice and call Strasbourg as a co-belligerent. So you see, this is the nations that we are fighting now. It means if they're fighting us, they join the coalition. And I will continue declaring as much as possible because the coalition started forming. Next one is Thuringia with all of these nations allied. So we're gonna be fighting a pretty big amount of nations, but right now we'll be able to separate piece each one of them. So it's gonna be much easier to manage for us. And the main question is, when is my truce with Commonwealth ending? Because I need to kill them before the truce ends. 1563, no problem. But also Japan is ending in 1561. Keep in mind, Japan still has this one island here. Actually, they're not important. I feel like I will regret that, but I think that's the best thing we can do, to attack Genoa as well. Because right now, neither Strasbourg nor the Ottomans can help them. And I could get France into war, which means that they will at least not join the coalition, which is a key for us because France is the one of the major countries to take care of here. I think that's where I'm gonna stop with declaration of wars. We are at war with all of these guys. We don't want to overextend ourselves. I think I'm ready for the first round of the peace deals. We've peaced out everyone except like France, Aragon and Venice. Let's start with Sweden. Just a reminder, I have to start peacing out in the 1st of August. So I have the whole month to complete all of our peace deals, so the rebels will not start loading. Not bad of a peace deal from Sweden, only from them 300% overextension plus the minors that I separate pieces. We are already at 400, let's just pump this up. Now this is much better. You see, we are getting to Europe faster and faster. And that is 775% overextension. We gotta fix the GAF capacity. I just took the Miltech a bit ahead of time. How much ahead of time? 8 years ahead of time to unlock a new cap for us. Just so we fight even more efficiently. I could afford it. Now with this peace deal done, we are only down to fighting these minors. The coalition is not that big. I expected more. and we'll be waiting right now for the truce with the Commonwealth to end while dealing with these guys. Also Ottomans. Yeah, it's just furious. So far so good. I think we are past the most crucial moment of this campaign, because we won the necessary wars. We are keep declaring wars on the people that do not have truce with us anymore, and that's the current strategy. Just keep attacking the people that are not in the coalition. Will join the coalition any day because they don't have a truce with you, but if you attack they will not join. And you know, often these people also have alliances with people that are already in the coalition, and this way I'm getting rid of out of these nations for the coalition and keep expanding. Now I'm waiting to outscale this coalition, so it's gonna dissolve, and once it dissolves I'll start going more deeply into Africa as well as Indonesia. You see that I also separate piece Castile here to get Granada, which is super helpful for us because I'm gonna get it to level 3 a bit later. Yeah, my money situation could be better, I have to figure this out. One cool feature of Mongol Empire government is access to Siberian frontiers, so I start colonizing these provinces here. This also really required in this kind of gameplay to play at speed 2 and 3. I hate it, but everything for you guys. You might think, how's your manpower? Well, it's still recovering, but it's not minus 90,000, it's minus 50,000 now. Okay guys, let's take a look. Another Giga War finished. The borders are getting cleaner in Europe, and we just reached 1.2 thousand of extension. And the coalition started dissolving, but in a weird way, because just like 2 nations left it. Würzburg. I don't want to attack them yet. We have to core the Austrian provinces first. There we go. Portugal. Even Great Britain left the coalition. Yes, this is GG for them. Beautiful. Beautiful. Another round of wars are ahead of us. And I think now the coalition is all. This is pretty much GG. There's no one that can stop us. I can go full all in as many wars as my manpower resources allow, but you see, I finally recovered it. You might think, how do I fight Gov capacity with all of these lands conquered? Well, the answer is buildings. Since we are getting close to the end of the game, and these are the key wars with the last major powers I'm doing right now, I'm just spending off my movement on brushing walls, because I will anyway get a lot of it from raising their provinces. Why France has 6 morale and 10% more discipline than us? That wasn't expected. Let's see, because the winged Mongolians can arrive and save this battle from being lost. Well, I think I just misclicked that event. Yeah, yes. They have a lot of morale. We know what it means when you have a lot of morale. It means that they can lose many more troops because you stay longer in the battlefield. Oi oi oi. It looks like I will be able to stack wipe entire Aragonese army. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, no, no. Oh, that also hurts, but yeah. It is maybe not a wipe in this battle yet, but wherever they run away to, which is most probably Bern, it's going to be an instant bye-bye. Oh no guys, Ethiopia is the first one to get level 4 forts. That's why you want the as fast as possible world conquest now, before AIs embrace the level 4 forts, which will require us to build more artillery. I know that you guys are enjoyers of good carpet sieges, that's why let me show you one. Well, obviously stopped even looking at the mission tray, forgot about it, but I could restore the yoke, which is Cossacks force limit. Return to Carpathia, which is giving us pillaging Hungary, which is giving us a river bonus. He was already river actually, so that gave us nothing. But Pax Mongolica is gonna update the Khan of Khans with additional Eu4. Gov capacity and rulers are guaranteed to be conquerors. Is this guy a conqueror? No, he only the new ones, I guess. Yeah, like this guy. Oh boy. Oh, Eu4 travel that is also definitely gonna be of use. And since I really took a lot of lands now, 1.1 thousand of extension, I am over Gov capacity, even though I was below it before I got 100. So before I send a PC to France, I'm gonna fix this Gov capacity with a lot of raising. Because that war score cost 155, it's gotta be lower. How about I also go here to this, take another loan, I can afford it. With the peace with France, Yes. It's gonna be of help. So with that done, this already down to 147. Let's just make also raising done. You know, I'm getting so much power points from raising. I even stopped deving the province. I'm just at points cap. I don't care. I'm not converting the cultures. I'm not efficient. I just want to finish the campaign ASAP. I'm mainly focused on spending mill points on breaching walls and getting generals to increase our professions so I can keep the slackening all the time. Well, now that's slightly better. I can go ahead and see the French war score cost, 142%. So I'm gonna take, well, in Europe, almost everything, because they have some French lands that they cannot take because they not siege down the forts there, and they have something in the New World, but yeah, I'm gonna take it over once they fully annex them in the next war. Yeah, you know, since I'm rushing this world conquest, the border goal is required, but when I zoom out, you see we pretty much finished Europeans, except yeah, a little bit of here and landing on the British Isles, which I'm leaving for a bit later. And now I have to focus on Indonesia, Africa, and finally start getting into the New World. I already do have some colonies to have the coring French, but that all should be good. You see we have still 26 years left and 1,700 provinces in our hands already. With 24 more years to go, you see we're going strong into Africa, but I'm also preparing my invasion of the New World as well as Indonesia. And also I'm building a lot of spy network to steal maps to see actual regions in here and here. To make it a bit easier, I can already take 15 on the military, and I will have power points. I just have a lot of provinces still to raise. I feel like I'm just showing you the results of another world war. Now we took a bunch of Indonesia, a bunch of Africa, and how many provinces do we have by now? 1,900. Mongol Mexico is here. I'm gonna make it a self-governing colony, so just they have additional colonies to fill the spaces. Just take a look at this Hasinai Federation, and their logo. It doesn't seem right. Since I have Siberian frontier, it allows me to do this. I can color actual wastelands. This is super interesting, but Aztecs got black flagged on their own. No, this is normal. They unconditionally surrendered to us, but I don't want to peace out yet. I just have to figure out all these wars first, and figure them out, I have to be able to peace out Portugal first. For that, I'm sieging them here. With a bit more than 15 years to go, the New World is also looking a bit better, and I'm cleaning the borders up everywhere. Obviously, Great Britain is the major one to defeat, as well as Castile, and we gotta make our colonial subjects loyal now, and I'll achieve that through decreasing the tariffs, because I have admin mana to do so. We don't need high tariffs. And through deving with the points that I will get from raising. I think it's time to conquer whole Australia in one go. You see, we're gonna fight 80,000 of natives. This is just fine. Can 5,000 of Mongolian cavalry, supported by 6,000 cannon units. Gonna beat, yeah, first of all 5,000 of the natives in Australia. But just a bit later, we are about to fight 37,000 of them. 37,000! Let's take a look. Have 2 more morale, 10% more discipline. I'm not so sure we can win that. We can probably win that. I mean, we just lost 700 units so far. They've lost 6,000. So this seems to be really easy. As long as these guys have morale, and they have plenty. I could let them run away and then just wipe them again, but there's no need. I just need a quick wipe here, because there will be nowhere to run away to. Bye-bye. One advantage of conquest in the New World of the Natives is that once you establish your colonial nations, you can just take whatever you want, because these provinces will go to colonial nations anyway, even if they can't core it. It's more important that you're not having these provinces, because if I wouldn't core them, I would just have constant overextension from these provinces. I can go ahead and annex all the natives in Australia, but I have to piece them out one by one. So I can click Annex Migratory Tribe. So this way they're not gonna just migrate next by, but I'm gonna get rid of them for good. And what's good, you know, immediately when I peace out, this is still in our hands. You know, only after a day it's gonna go into Mongols' treasures, can raise the province before I give it to them. Full annexation of Castile. It's also gonna help a lot, because we are taking over the colonial nations. And we are really getting close to the end, but we only have 11 years left and I did not touch Great Britain yet. I'm just leaving them for the last. 8 wars at the same time, just finishing off the OPMs and France. With less than 10 years to go, we are left with only this couple of nations to be killed, which is around 40 of them. It's time to deal with Great Britain. They have 147,000 troops and the war score cost is 169. So needs 2 wars to fully annex them. But this is all good. I just declared tribal conquest. Call Sweden. Call Brittany. Call Utrecht. Let's have some fun. Funnily enough, they kept 3 forts on Europe's mainland, but only 1 in their home islands. With Great Britain, it took us a year. I was able to peace them out like half a year ago already, but I wanted to siege down all of their allies' provinces so I can fully annex them as well. I didn't even care about that, but I could become a hegemon, which would give me up, I mean, at max capacity, but if I would take anything, it would be the military one, because that's province war conquest, but I don't need it anymore. With this peace deal, Great Britain is right now on the cost of 79. I will just take this 1 year to core the provinces, and we're gonna attack them again. Guys, I'm even gonna choose break my own subject, just so you guys will not yell that Zlewikk you had as a vassal here, you should have owned it by yourself. Here we are, guys, 18th January 1596. No more nations in the world. These 2 guys are just not updated yet. And the world conquest is done. Guys, if you do appreciate it, because that wasn't easy, and it took a lot of time, please do remember to leave a like on this video. Obviously subscribe to the channel to see more of crazy challenges in the future. And for today, thank you so much guys, and bye bye!